All right, everybody, welcome to Gym Life Podcast, The Road to Chaos. Back with me today is Luke Davies for a big announcement, of course, and that's the
Yep.
announcement we've all been waiting for. The weights of the U90 Classic, the Kaos U90 Classic event weights. What do we got, Luke?
Right. Yeah, let's just get straight into it. What I will say is if any of the guys are watching this and wondering, wow, why don't you know? You should be receiving an email around about the time this goes live. If you haven't got it, message me.
Gotcha. Yeah. So emails going out to all the guys individually before this goes out in the next couple hours.
Yeah.
Let's go over real quick, though. I guess name the 5 events that we got again, because I know we did that in the past, but just to be clear what those are, and then we'll pick them off one by one as to how you're going to have them perform these events and what the weights are going to be.
6 events.
6, okay.
Yes. So there's log press, deadlift, farmer's walk, max distance carry, yoke sandbag medley, and power stairs was the vague events I gave to people.
Okay.
And when I've given them out, that's literally all I said. No details about distances, weights, anything. So,
Okay.
all right. So event 1 is going to be, and I've gone back and forth on this the last week or so. I've decided to do a max log.
Max log. Oh, geez.
rather
Okay.
than rather than reps. Um, I've wanted to do a max something for the whole time, but I was like, logistically, how can we do it? But I'm confident that we can run it fast. I don't know if you did you watch the CrossFit Rogue Invitational?
I did. Yep.
Did you see the max log event they had with Danny Spiegel where she won it?
Yes. Yep.
Where they
How
had
can I forget?
multiple lanes
Yep.
go in at once, and they just bashed through it in about 30 minutes. I want to say.
It was pretty quick. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's basically the set that we're gonna do. So if anyone's curious of how it's gonna run, go back, watch the CrossFit Max Log event from the Rogue Invitational, and it's gonna run like that essentially.
So the variable really in this, Luke, if I'm understanding this right, we're going to have several lanes of log going at one
Yeah.
time. These guys aren't going to have a chance really to pay attention to who's doing what. They're just going to have to put it all on the line for what they have to get for themselves.
Yeah, and it's not gonna be like powerlifting style where you can pick weights, blah blah blah. We're gonna start at a certain weight, gonna be set jumps, and everyone's gonna have to do every lift.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, so
Once you
it's not
jump in,
gonna,
you're doing every lift.
yeah, it's not gonna be a game of tactics. It's gonna be a true last man standing log event.
Oh,
So,
wow. I like it. So a little bit of endurance to go along with this in some cases. Guy
yeah.
jumps in early. He's got he's got no choice but to keep pressing that log.
No, so we're gonna have everybody jump in at the same point as well.
Oh, okay. So everybody's in at the same weight.
Everybody's
going
in
up.
the same weight. So we're gonna start at 120 kilos, which
Okay.
is 265 pounds,
And then up from there. What are the jumps?
and we're gonna do 10 kilo jumps.
Okay.
So like 20,
All right. Got it.
22 pounds.
All right. Well, right off the bat, something a little bit different here. I like it actually.
Yeah,
Just endurance and strength.
exactly. So it's going to be a little bit, probably a little bit faster paced than people are used to for max events, because I'm sure you've been to shows where you get 15, 20 minutes in
Oh
between
yeah.
attempts,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
and it's going to be a lot faster than that. What I said is we're going to do 10 kilo jumps up until we get to either world record territory or the last 3 lifters, and then we'll make smaller jumps.
Okay. So last 3 lifters or world record territory within a few kilos, anyhow.
Yeah, because
Probably within 10 kilos. Yeah.
the current record is 167.
Okay.
So from 160, instead of going to 170, we might go 168, or
Okay. Gotcha.
just to break the record. Or if we're down to 3 guys at 150, we might go 155, then 160, 165, if that makes sense.
Wow. Yeah. So really, we could be into that world record in 5 lifts essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
That's why I didn't want to start too light, because I didn't want to make the guys do more lifts than was necessary. I picked a weight that I think everybody in the lineup will hit, so
Yeah.
we won't see any zeros. But it's still a reasonable weight. It's not 120 kilo log. It's still 30 kilos above the body weight. It's still a fairly heavy log. And yeah,
I guess I'd have one more thing to add to that. And maybe if I'm getting in the mind of Luke Davies here, there's a considerable thought that this record's probably going to be broken because you're anticipating several guys to go over that number.
Yeah. So when I was thinking of max event, the obviously options are log versus deadlift, and I feel like the deadlift has been broken a lot over the last couple of years in the 90 class. Like I
Yeah.
think 4 different guys have broke here. Who are in this lineup? So Dan Benson broke here, Gavin McNamee broke here, 2 other guys. Whereas the log, that 90 kilo log record has been the same spot for about 5 years now. It's still held by Rob Ward from England, and I feel like it's time for that record to be pushed a little bit higher.
I don't disagree with you. I think I've seen several guys in training get really close to that many times. So,
Yeah.
well, that's exciting. That's an exciting first event. Okay, event number 2.
So event number 2 is just the deadlift for reps. This is going to be a standard height deadlift. We're going to go back to basics for this event. It's going to be on an axle, just because it's strongman, and we're going to go for. It's going to probably be the heaviest deadlift for reps in a 90 show ever, I think. And it's going to be 290 kilos or 640 pounds for reps.
Okay. Well, it might be the heaviest, but with this lineup that you have, I'd say 90% of the field is not going to have a problem getting one rep out of it. So
yeah, I agree. The temptation was real to bump it up to 300 kilos just to say, oh, we have a 300 kilo deadlift for reps in a 90 show.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, can we justify going 60 pounds heavier than OSG? I thought it may be a little bit too far.
Right.
Obviously, we are allowing suits, so it's going to be. It makes sense to go heavier than OSG because OSG was no suits. This I'm going to allow suits. So yeah, I felt like that was a good compromise.
Okay.
It's still heavy. We will see still a couple of guys going into double figures, I think. But I felt like if I went 300 plus, we might see a few too many zeros for my liking, which I don't really want.
Yeah, and then that would divide the contest like the Red Sea at that point going into the second event. And a lot of guys are playing catch up over the next 4. I totally agree. And that's a good weight for sure. And you're right. A couple guys double digits, but I like the fact that I think just about this whole field's going to get a rep out of that. So
yeah,
okay. Perfect.
Like
what about
it might be near max for a few guys.
Might be, yeah. I would say that for a few of them.
But I still think they're capable of hitting there for at least one. So.
Well, and also, too, that's in the position of the second event. I like where that's at because that's going to allow them that opportunity to get that rep where they might not get if it was 4th or 5th event. So, yep, love it.
Yeah, I did toy with the idea of putting the deadlift after the max distance carry just to fuck with people, but I thought, no, I won't be that cruel.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, that would be tough. All right, so what's the next one?
So I have changed the order a little bit. I've gone for the max distance carry as the 3rd event.
Oh, okay.
Because after event 3, we're going to have a little bit of like a halftime show where we have some record attempts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I thought having the max distance carry 3rd would give the guys a little bit of time to recover.
Okay.
From the max distance event where they can go lie down for 20 minutes. And
Sure. Yeah,
after they've gone crazy on that.
And I would imagine the deadlift might reduce that distance just a little bit for a lot of them. So, well, that's okay. All fair in love and war. So,
yeah, well, I kind of purposely wanted it to do that because I've gone for 150 kilos or 330 pounds carry, which isn't like I don't think obscenely heavy, but obviously you have limitations with going heavier in terms of will people be able to pick it off the floor? If you put it onto a box, you have to then have loaders who can reset the 350-pound bag 30 times. So
right.
It's finding that balance of what weight they can pick off the floor, what weight can our loaders easily reset. But yeah, it's.
And what implement is this again, Luke, for the max distance?
It's going to be. I was hoping to get a Husafel. The issue is, we don't have. You know the high temp Husafels you have in the US that are rubberized and stuff, which you can use indoor. We don't have those in the UK. So I
Okay.
was trying to get those over for the show, but it was just going to be too expensive. And I can't use normal Husafels in the venue just because the risk of
Yeah.
like destroying the floor, etc., is too high. So have you seen those Rogue style Husafel sandbags that they used at the
Oh,
Rogue
okay.
Invitational? So
Okay.
it's not the Rogue brand; it's a UK company, but they're sandbags, but they're shaped in a Husafel. So
Oh, love it. Okay. Great.
it's more venue friendly essentially.
It sounds like it's more athlete friendly too. Those bags generally do because you can dig into them a little more with your arms. I'm guessing.
Yeah, and
Okay.
that's going to be picked up off the floor as well. So just
Oh,
as
okay. Well, that could be the challenge then, maybe.
yeah.
Getting set with that off the floor. So yeah. Okay. And the max distance, you don't have nothing to share as far as those turns. I'm guessing at this point.
No, that's still gonna. It's probably. I'm still working logistics in terms of the run, but it's probably going to be around 40 foot.
Okay.
So a
Okay.
turn every 40 ish.
Gotcha. Boy, I can see some of these guys running that 10 times right now. I see a lot of 400-pound carries going on right now with these guys.
Well, that's why I thought if I do it after the deadlift rep event,
True.
it might make it a little bit harder. So
Yeah,
the hamstrings and glutes are already going to be fried from the deadlift.
I
We might
agree.
we
I
might
agree.
reduce we might reduce those distances down by like 20-30%. So
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that one. Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Well, that's going to be a fun one. I can't wait to see those guys manage that bag. And, I think the big variable is going to be getting that bag picked and set right without dicking around with it too much to
yeah,
try to get your arms in that perfect position like you generally would in a fixed Hughes or a fixed stone.
yeah.
So, okay, cool. So that's the third event. What's the fourth event?
And the fourth event is Farmers Walk.
Okay.
We're going to do. Um, it's going to be a 30-meter event, but it's going to be a drop and turn every 10. Just because the course is going to be a little bit shorter, obviously, because we're indoors
Oh,
and have to
okay.
do flow protection and stuff. So it's an extra pick essentially to what they used to. So it'll be 3 picks.
Okay. Three picks,
So
roughly 270 total feet then, as we say over here in America.
let me just work out the conversion.
It's actually a little bit more than that, I think, right?
No, it's a little bit less than
A
that.
little
So
less, a little less. Yep.
yeah, you're way off. So it's going to be. So when I say, I mean 30 meters in total. So it's going to
Oh, in
be,
total. Okay,
yeah, so it's
gotcha.
going to be
Okay,
10 meters, 10 meters, 10 meters, which is
okay. So
roughly about 100 foot in total, I think.
yeah, I would say right about there. Yep. Okay.
And the weight is going to be just under 300 pounds.
Okay.
So it's
Yep.
135 kilos, which comes out to like 297.
Okay, gotcha.
Um, Not like crazy heavy on the farmers, but what I will say is that my handles are quite tough.
Okay.
They're a mil or two thicker than like standard ones. And especially that extra pick, I think, is gonna hopefully like separate out the pack a little bit.
Well, that, and I think we can all appreciate a little athleticism here too in this event, and we know there's going to be some speed in this with a lot of guys.
Exactly. Obviously with the max log heavy deadlift, I did want to have some events which were going to be a bit more of a spectacle.
Yeah.
See some
Yep.
guys, moving fast.
Yep. I would say we're going to see it in that farmers. I have a feeling, as most 90 and 80 events, this will be lost in that transition. So, all right, 290 something here. Okay, 30 meters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth event.
That's going to be the yoke and sandbag medley. So they will carry the yoke 10 meters again, so like 35-ish feet. They'll run back, get the sandbag, load that over their own yoke, run back and get a second sandbag, and load that over the yoke as well.
Okay. Okay.
So 10 meters each implement, obviously with a run back in between. The weights are going to be 340 kilo yoke, so 750 pounds.
Okay.
And then the sandbags are both going to be the same weight, so it's going to be two 120 kilo sandbags, which is like 265 pounds.
Okay. Yep. Sounds like another mover, but at this point, I'm sure these guys are going to be wrecked in that posterior chain.
Yes, I was very close to putting like a 140 kilo bag in.
Yeah. Well, you see some legs buckling right there, I have a feeling.
Yeah, I have a feeling that on paper it doesn't sound too bad, and I feel like if the guys were fresh, they'd all smash that.
Yeah.
but I think we'd see a lot of guys failing that 140 bag, and I kind of wanted a couple of speed events, but it's still heavy. It's still doing a 750 pound yoke first. I still think it'll test. It'll test the
Yeah, I
guys.
can tell you put a lot of thought in the order of these and the way these guys are going to start breaking down throughout the day.
Yeah.
So that's really going to lend to the drama of this, I think, in the end.
Yeah, exactly. If that event was first, it'd probably be an
Yeah.
800 pound yoke
All day long.
and a 300 pound sandbag to finish.
Right.
But obviously, going to be in the fifth event, it's going to be a fairly fast-paced show. I hope.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I have no doubt. Yeah, sure.
And at that point, the guys are probably going to be hating life. So,
Oh, good. We love that. All right, sixth event. This is the game. This is the decider, right? Because as I see this playing out, as many people that I've spoke to, this is going to be a, no pun intended, but a log pile here going into this sixth event with these guys. Yeah. Probably top 5 or 6 separated by less than 5 or 6 points.
Yes, I think so. I think it's going to be hard to separate guys. I think there's going to be probably a lot of guys still in contention for the podium at this point.
Yep.
Obviously, Storm's is traditional finishing event, but Power Stairs seems to be coming back into vogue now. So I thought I'd just join the bandwagon, get Power Stairs in.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that either. I do enjoy the Power Stairs because at that point, when they're good and heavy, and you're going to tell this weight in a second, that's a nice head to head. I like watching that. Yep. So
the plan is to have the Power Stairs in the middle and the guys start at either end, so they meet in the middle.
Oh, great! Yep.
So it should look cool as well. So it's going to be let me just do some conversions again because I don't know Imperial. So 16. There we go. So it's going to be 2 implements, and each of them is going to be carried like a duck walk first.
Oh, okay.
So there'll be a 5 meter or like 15-foot running duck walk into 4 steps.
Oh, okay. 4 steps. Okay.
Then you go down, get another implement, carry that 5 meters, and then another 4 steps.
Okay. Yep. I like it. What's the weight?
The weights are 165 kilos, which is like 365 pounds ish, and 180 kilos, which is just under 400 pounds.
Well, that's going to test them right there. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we got what's the, I guess a typical, what is it, an 18-inch height on the stairs?
No, the steps are a little bit shorter. They're 16 inches.
Okay.
Because 18 inches is typically the height used for pro heavyweight men's shows.
Yeah.
So I just think they should be a little bit shorter. So it's not.
Yeah, these guys would be sticking that.
Yeah. I don't want it to be a case of who's the tallest under 90.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So that 2 inches short there just makes it more of actually, okay, who's strong enough rather than how tall are you?
Yeah, we've seen that before where a guy just loses it because of that height because he sticks that plate on the bottom lip, and that's not fun to lose that. So 6 events, and we start with the just to rewind here as I look at my notes. We start with the my notes are all over the place, but just to be clear again. Max log. So we got the max log. We talked about that. That's the first event. Second event then is going to be the deadlift for reps. That is at 640 pounds. And then the next event, of course, is going to be the Husfeld stone or bag carry in this case.
Yeah.
Yep. And that'll be for 30 meters. About what was the weight on that? One more time.
330 pounds.
330 pounds. There'll be a short break. That'll be for our records. These guys time to recover. Right back at it again with the farmer's walk. Right after the farmer's walk, we got the yoke sandbag medley.
Yeah.
750 yoke, 265-pound sandbags. And then, of course, finishing off the event, head-to-head head-to-head power stairs with a duck walk in, I guess is the way to say it. Okay. At 365, 400 pounds for you American guys out there. Leading into that with both those implements, 2 implements, head-to-head, meeting at the top, may the best man win. Sounds crazy. Sounds like
Um,
we've got all the T's and the I's crossed as far as anybody out there is concerned. What left do you have to do on your end? And I guess how close are we just to walking right into this?
Obviously now we have the full roster lineup. We have the events. We can go full steam ahead with promotion. Um, Obviously, we're still trying to raise the prize pot. Um, since we announced the roster, we've had like another 20 t-shirt orders,
Oh, nice.
which has
Okay.
obviously bumped up the prize pot by like another $400.
Nice.
So it's still coming in. You can still support it by buying merchandise, um, ordering a ticket if you're local. Obviously, ADL are going to be live streaming this. You can support it that way. Yeah, we're still working on trying to get more sponsors, still trying to get more money involved. Like I said, we're doing a record breakers at half time now. Um, got got some big things in the pipeline for that, which I can't talk about yet.
Yes,
Um,
yes. I'm hearing
well,
it. Yes.
I'll talk to you about it after we turn the recording camera off. But I can't
All right,
tell
that sounds
you.
great, and I'll keep my lips sealed, of course. So, just a reminder to all you guys out there, because this is just by itself. If you guys bought a T-shirt, support your favorite finisher in this or favorite athlete. Buy some merchandise, of course. Chaos Strength promotions, or this would be under anywhere really, anywhere Chaos Luke or Ree. You can find it. Derek Owens Battle Axe Barbell. You can find it as well. We'll repost it here. All the proceeds of that will go to the prize pool. And then, of course, remember as well, you guys, sign up early for that ADL live stream as well, and grow this prize pool. Let's get it bigger and bigger for these guys because a lot of them are making big commitment to get over there to compete.
The ADL live stream is only going to be $9.99, so it's nothing crazy. For the under 80 kilo guy fans, don't forget the day before we're going to have Britain's Strongest Man under 80. That's also going to be live streamed by ADL, and we have some of the best under 80 guys in the world. We've got D McVie, who came third OSG last year. We have Chris Harper, another Scottish guy who's broken world records in like 4 events, I want to say, this year. We've got Flash, who's an under 80 kilo legend.
Sure.
And we're going to have like a package deal for ADL where you can get both streams for like $15.
Perfect.
For the weekend. So, yeah.
Well, I have no doubt that that's going to be a really big live stream. We're going to push this and keep pushing it hard. Get all you guys involved in it out there. So get ready. The U90 Classic coming to you from Lytham St. Anne in England, and that's July
23rd. And Britain's
23rd.
on 22nd.
I should know that by now. So. Yeah, and I'll be flying out on the 18th. So this is going to be a great event. And, of course, we want the world involved in it because you've got the world competing in it. So thanks for joining me today, Luke. We will get this out ASAP. And for all you guys out there who have any questions about this contest moving forward, you can always send me a DM, and I'll get with Luke or just get a hold of Luke at Chaos Strength Promotions, and he'll give you all the insight on it. Thanks a lot, Luke.
Cheers, man.